Hi again, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Sabres Reloaded. And the topic of the day, overconfident as fans. That's something I want to talk about because I'm a big believer. Let me get a drink, guys. I'm going nuts. I've been so thirsty since I've worked today. I'm a big believer, guys. As much as fans can be negative, they flip from that stupid emotion over to another bad emotion, which is overconfident. And I can be just as guilty as you with that. I'm looking at it that we have to appreciate, just my thoughts, okay? We have to appreciate what's been bestowed upon us because we've got a good young squad here, guys. That's a fun team to look at right now. This is night and day. You know, it's almost like once we got rid of Jack Eichel, it really, a lot of people pinpoint it to Kruger. I kind of pinpoint it to Jack Eichel. Once we got Jack Eichel out of town and got that trade done, it seemed like the team was already coming together. But now that we had guys like Tuck and Krebs and throwing them into the mix, and they want to be Buffalo Sabres, it just feels like everything just is falling into place finally for us, It's really an exciting time to be a Sabres fan again. And I know we haven't done nothing yet. I know we haven't gotten into the playoffs yet. I get all that. But who's to say the first time we get in, we don't go deep? Who's to say that? Except maybe the negative fans will say, well, no, we're never going to go deep. Well, how do you know that? Say, well, you're saying, how do you know we're going to go deep? I don't. I don't. But I also don't know if we will or won't. It's, that's the great thing about a young squad is you never know. Look how young the Rangers were last year, guys, and look how deep they went. So please, they're younger than us. Not now, but they were last year. They were younger than us. And we seen how deep they went. And that was just from them putting a good mix of good young talent together with some good signings. So there's no reason. I don't care how big a market is now. That doesn't matter in today's NHL. What matters in today's NHL is how do you draft and how do you cultivate a champion? How do you do it? How do you really do it, In this day and age, it's really just about, I believe, not just speed, okay? Speed kind of gets overrated because when you run into a team, you can run into a team slower than you and they can eat you alive in a series. I mean, we seen that last year with Florida. Okay, Florida got killed by Tampa Bay. And we all know Florida is quicker. They're a quicker team. They're a better offensive team than Tampa Bay. So why did they get killed the way they did? A lot of it's in there. And what we're doing, we're developing ourselves psychologically too in this team. We're not just developing young talent and good young, We're also developing a mentality of winning before we get there. And I believe in that a lot. I really do, guys. I believe a lot in that. I believe a lot of winning is psychological. A lot of it. You can't be a champion if you don't believe you are. Or if you have to believe that the guy next to you has to make you a champion. Or the guy behind you, or the guy on your left, or the guy on your right, or whatever it is. It's like, if you're going to be a champion in this league, you just have to want it more. That's all it's about, I believe. You just have to want it more. And that's why, as a fan, I'm seeing that now in our team, guys. I'm seeing a championship team before they become a champion. That's what I'm seeing. I'm not imagining this. No way. No way, Jose. No. I know what I'm seeing out there. This is a young squad that looks like they're headed to a Stanley Cup in about 4 years. That's what I see. So I don't want to get overconfident because the last time I got really overconfident with the Sabres was in the 05-06 Stanley Cup playoffs. And a thing called injuries happened and killed that dream right in front of my eyes. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe we had that horrible of luck, especially after what happened to us in '99. I just couldn't believe we had that kind of bad luck 7 short years later. I don't want to go there again. So I'm really, I think I've matured as a fan. I like to think I have, because I used to be the most arrogant Sabres fan out here, guys. I swear to God, it drove my friends nuts. It drove them nuts. But I do believe that we have this type of team now that I wanted years and years ago, but we have it now. And I don't think I'm imagining this, what I'm seeing happen. And it's not just because of these West wins, guys. I mean, they could have lost both games and I'd be given the same talk with this, you know. I do believe that if we're overconfident as fans, it's just as bad as being negative. Got to keep to the plan, like Adam said. I want to be calm like him about this and just watch this team flourish on their own terms. And what we're doing basically are like going to a concert to be entertained. And we know what we're going to get. It's not like before where you didn't want what you were going to get. You just didn't want to go and get that product, right? Now, they're going to win the fans over. This team's too good not to. They're going to win the fans over in Buffalo again. The place will be packed again very soon, I'm sure. And, you know, the one thing I love about Adams, okay, especially when he does these, you know how he always talks about conversations and the plan. It must drive rivals crazy listening to him. It must. What's really funny is how that's going to bug our haters when our team gets really good again, like the 06 squad. You know, when we get really good again, it's going to be a special team, guys. It is. This is a big squad too. You know, we're the youngest team in hockey right now. Right now, this minute, even with Anderson on the team, we are the youngest team in the NHL. And for me, that's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. The youngest and lowest paid team in hockey, and we're probably one of the most exciting right now. Right now already. This is not the year where things are supposed to happen. We're ahead of pace, in my opinion. So, you know, and if you look at what's going on, and you really get into it, and you look at it and say, well, I didn't really expect them to be this good this year, you know? Like this year, a lot of us, let's be realistic here, right, guys? 80 to 88 points, right? Kind of, I would say the majority of you would say 80 to 88 is what you're expecting. You know, what if we finish 105? Get into the playoffs, make noise, get to the third round. What are we sitting on? We're headed to a Stanley Cup. If something happens this year like that, and no, I don't think it will, but it could, because it just could. And if that happened, I would be like, guys, I'd be losing my mind. I would be losing my mind as a fan, you know? So I don't want to get overconfident. I want to go with, I'm trying to take this one day at a time, but after these West games, guys, I'm ready to lash out. I'm ready to lash out as a fan. I got to stay calm. You know, I got to stay calm. I got the responsibility of a channel not to do those things. But I'm ready to go. I'm just ready to go with this team. All these hopes are coming to fruition finally for us, right in front of our eyes, you know? So we're gonna discuss that, guys, in some videos tonight. So let me stop it there. That's it. I'm turning this into a rant. I don't want to do that. See you in the next one. Have a good one.